And welcome back, everyone, to the WRMN Morning Show. We are in our shifting position right now here in studio because we have got a studio full of guests, and I'm going to reveal this right now on the camera. Well, no, if you were watching on the YouTube, you saw everybody come in and sit down. And now we are in our places. I am very excited because for those, if you're not aware, WRMN is the official home of the Chicago White Sox here in the Fox River Valley. And we've got White Sox hitting instructor Derek Shomon in studio, accompanied by Meagan Biebel, who they both are the founders of the Athletes Headquarters Foundation, which is founded by Derek and Meagan. The philanthropic journey began during their time at Glenbrook South High School in Glenview, Illinois. The foundation is built on the belief that every child deserves the opportunity to live a healthy and active life, regardless of economic background. Derek and Meagan were inspired to address the disparity between youth who had an ample access to extracurricular and fitness programs and those who could not afford them. I've done a lot of work with at-risk youth in my life and in my career. This is a tremendous thing. I feel very strongly about giving youth opportunities. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for doing this. And I'd love to learn more about what the Athletes Headquarters Foundation does. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go.
Turn up the mics.
Yeah, turn up the mics.
Oh, be professional here.
I had the mic to myself. Now I got to share.
All good. Well, thank you guys for having us. Very excited to be here and be able to talk about some of the things we got going on with the foundation. And this was a kind of like heavy on our heart for a period of time over recent years, and knew that we wanted to be able to provide resources to underprivileged and underserved kids, families, and programs. And fortunately, I had Meagan in my corner that has some experience with this previously, and as well as her mother, Tanya, who's been just an amazing help for this process and getting this thing kind of off the ground and going. So,
is she watching?
She is.
I'm sure
Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning,
Hi,
Tanya.
Mom.
Yeah. So, being in baseball, in professional baseball, the last 14 years, just you have a platform, you have a real opportunity, just through exposure to high-level athletes and personnel and leadership. Just trying to kind of pair that with this foundation and opportunity to serve, right? So we want kids to not miss on opportunities, but be able to utilize the resources that actually are available out there to keep them in the game. Meagan, I don't know if there's anything you want to touch on as far as the foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to help kids stay active. It has so many benefits, keeps them out of trouble. It gives them purpose, and we just want to help as many kids as possible.
Get them
stay
off the
active.
screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
About how many kids do you have in the working through the program right now?
Working through Athletes Headquarters Foundation?
Yeah.
Great question. So we actually have our first event coming up. It's a benefit hitting clinic the 20th, Saturday, at Athletes HQ in Elgin, which is an indoor baseball and softball training facility that I co-own with my best friend Jordan Dean, that we started in 2018. So Athletes HQ Elgin off of Randall Road is going to be hosting this benefit hitting clinic, and it's highlighting Jacob Marcy, who was an MLB all-rookie player last year. He's center fielder for the Miami Marlins, so he's coming down to kind of headline that, in addition to Marius Alexa, who was the mental performance coach for the Miami Marlins. I was with the Marlins last year as the assistant hitting coach before taking the hitting coach job with the White Sox. But super gracious to have those two guys that want to get involved and donate some time. So as far as like how many kids are running through the program, this is our first benefit. Wanted to make it super accessible for them. All the proceeds are going to be going to the foundation. It's acting as a fundraiser right now. We are strictly just volunteer as far as Meagan and I as the co-founders. But again, like Susie said, like Meg said, like just opportunities to stay active and stay in the game. So this is going to be our first event.
So the event is December 20th.
December 20th.
What time does it start?
2 sessions. The first session is 9U through 13U, and that's 10 to noon.
Okay.
And then the second session will have an hour break. The second session will be 14 through 18U, and that'll be 1 to 3.
Okay. And how do kids get signed up? How do they...
Great question. Meagan, you want to go ahead and take the lead on that?
Sure. So you can visit us on Instagram at Athletes HQ Foundation. And we also, as you can see here, we have our website. So you can go directly to our website.
And what's the website?
Sure. ahqfoundation.org.
Okay.
It's special features. Don't miss your chance to learn about our VIP special instructors who will share their expertise and techniques to help you elevate your game. Participation does require a $125 donation, but all proceeds go to benefit youth through the Athletes Headquarters Foundation. Okay, so like if I...
Just out of curiosity, what are some of the things that are going to be taking place during the clinic?
Yeah, great question. So we want to do something a little bit different than a typical hitting clinic, right? Where you might be teaching it would be more like mechanical based and kind of adhering to like a singular like hitting philosophy or methodology. Like what we want to do is kind of provide them with an opportunity to see like a day in the life of Major League Baseball. So how do Major League Baseball players prepare for first pitch, right? There's so much that goes into getting ready for first pitch. To get it for players to get themselves like mentally and physically prepared. So that's the route we're taking, is like, how do we give them kind of a condensed version of like what a daily schedule looks like in Major League Baseball. And I think that having Marius as the former, mental performance coach with the Marlins, his role in helping guys get mentally prepared, and then Jacob Marcy as a player, an all rookie player in the big leagues last year, just being able to speak to like how he prepares physically, just kind of giving them an inside look as to what that looks like as far as just like their movement prep, starting as soon as they, get into the door and get into their gear, and then an advanced meeting. So preparing like a scouting report meeting for that night's pitcher. And then just kind of like working through the day, like earlier in the day, their cage routine is way more talking, way more under the hood type stuff. And then like as you get closer, it's more game prep, less talking, more preparing for what you're going to see that night. So just again, like how do we differentiate from like a standard hitting clinic that maybe Athletes HQ, my other business, would run, and give them an inside look into like what's happening in Major League Baseball on any given day.
So when a kid shows up, they're going to come to this event, what do they need to bring with them?
Themselves and their equipment. If they don't have equipment, Rawlings is going to be there doing a demo day.
That's where I was going to go.
Yep. And we have a bunch of bats that are there that were just, left over, and if need be, kids can use them by all means. But Rawlings is going to be there. Colin, he's our local rep who's fantastic. He's going to be doing his demo day. So he will have stuff for use during that time, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. And so this is your first event. Do you have other events planned? Or is this your flagship? We're going to see what happens?
Yeah, we have a second event planned. February 8th, we're going to have a Super Bowl event, Super Bowl Bash at Wintrust Stadium in Schaumburg. Schaumburg Boomers, Mike Larson and crew have
Schaumburg Boomers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. TC Popcorn, Tim Calderwood.
Love him.
Yeah, Tim's a regular on here.
He calls in every Friday.
I owe him
a
Funko Pop. I need to bring him a Funko Pop.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I was with the Boomers from 2012 to 2019 in various roles. So Schaumburg gave me my first crack at professional baseball. But Mike Larson and his staff have been super gracious in providing space for the Super Bowl Bash, and that'll happen February 8th. Details will come out here shortly. We're going to start advertising that, but we anticipate just a fun night of games and the ability to, get into a bunch of different people into a room. It's open to the public. Anybody and everybody is welcome. Watch some football, make some connections, and just enjoy the night.
We'd love to have you back to talk about it when you're getting closer.
We'd love to.
Yeah, any events, anything you have going on, any needs, let us know. I fundraise. Not on large scale, but I got some connections, and so I would love to work with you guys and see what we can do. And Jeff Naraki, I know that you're probably listening. I've already volunteered your boys to possibly volunteer this summer with some stuff, but yeah, and maybe I'll work together and see what we can do.
I appreciate that.
I've got a fundraising idea.
Yeah.
I've got a fundraising idea. All right. You're going to
hear me out. Okay, here we go. Hear me out.
This is great. Okay. You know how at the end of every game, you have those guys in the stands who talk, I could have hit that. I could have hit that. I can't believe he struck out on that pitch.
I know, right?
I was there. You don't know what you at the end of the game, you get all those guys from the stands, right? You get them all there.
Yep.
For $100, they get to sit in the batter's box against one of your relief pitchers and see if they can hit a ball.
Yeah, if we could get the okay for those guys,
there might be insurance purposes.
I think that'd be
we got a lawyer. We got a lawyer, Jimmy Vaselli. Can we work this out?
There a few high and tights, maybe a breaking ball away, and I couldn't have hit that. I wouldn't have been able to hit that,
Yeah, I'd be open to that. Or if those guys that have opinions as to how to help guys get better want to have a conversation with me, I'd be more than willing to have a sit down.
Yeah, I don't want to have a conversation with you anymore, seeing how large you are. I feel like I'm actually kind of dwarfed at this point. I'm used to being the largest person in the room, and now all of a sudden I'm sitting next to Derek here.
Derek used to play
Dereks.
baseball too.
The two Dereks. Yeah, Derek has played a lot of. You played in the high school playoffs, right?
High school playoffs, topped out at junior college.
Awesome. Where at?
Oakland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bill Frotto, Simmons, Pinto. Who was the head coach?
Geez, this is back in '95.
Okay, so that was probably
So
Bill Frotto. Yeah.
I
I went to Oakland for a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
Small world. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You're a local guy. I mean, you're from the neighborhood, so to speak. I mean, you grew up in Glenview, right?
Yeah.
And you two have known each other for forever.
For a long time, since high school.
Yep,
Since high school?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I grew up in Glenview. I think Baseball Cube describes my baseball journey as like a never-ending knot that you're trying to untie, which is like it's valid. I mean, and I apologize to anybody and everybody, especially the media, most recently with the White Sox, trying to get things in order when I got hired and kind of describe like my background and my journey. But yeah, it was super zigzaggy and for no other reason than kind of the decisions I made in my youth. But did grow up in Glenview. Played all 4 years of college baseball, 4 different schools. Got into independent professional baseball, like I said, early with Schaumburg. I actually started as a bullpen catcher for my first job. I saw it as an opportunity to catch some professional arms, make a little bit of money, take batting practice every day. I did that in place of playing college summer ball. Jamie Bennett gave me my first crack at that. He's still the field manager for Schaumburg today. We have a very close relationship. But yeah, bounced around. Ultimately, like at the end of the day, I just knew that I wanted to stay in baseball. I had a deep, deep love and deep passion for the game. I learned, in due time, like I probably wasn't going to play much longer, but had an opportunity to coach and really leaned into that. But what's cool about it is even through the trials and the adversity, I had a lot of people step up and fill the gap for me and support me in providing resources and time, equipment to keep me in the game, which is a large driver of why we are doing what we're doing with Athletes HQ Foundation. It's just like pay it forward. How do I provide the same type of love and generosity that I received as a young kid?
But see, this is the thing that fascinates me. Now, Meagan, you come into the picture. You're a retired champion Irish dancer.
I am.
Now, I'm curious, how does the Irish dancer and the baseball instructor,
This is a Hallmark movie.
you bring it together here, like boom, and we're gonna do things for kids, and then we'll have ice cream and hot cider. I don't know. I mean, like, how did you get pulled into this, and what is your, what is it that you said, hey, we can work this together?
Sure. So yeah, I grew up Irish dancing. That was my passion for many years up until college. But in high school, we'd sit on the benches right outside the lunchroom and we'd watch everybody and talk. And I remember back in the day, there was somebody who was really talented, a guy. He had a single mother who was working all the time, and he had a pair of shoes he'd wear every day for everything, for his sports, for just going to school. And he grew out of the shoe, and you'd see him taping his shoe. And it kind of put this light bulb in my head where I'm like, that should not be an issue. People don't even realize how expensive something like a pair of shoes can be to an average person. So we want to take those obstacles away from these kids so they can focus, have fun, develop in themselves and as a team. And that really was something in my head that changed kind of everything for me, and I never forgot it. But we would talk in high school about the differences. We came from Glenview. There's a lot of wealth, but there's also not. And you can see the differences very clearly. So we want to eliminate those problems for everybody.
Oh, you're my kind of people. My kind of people. I love this.
Derek, you had a question?
No, Derek answered my question.
All right. Preemptive.
What was your question?
Well, it kind of along the lines of like, what did you go through? Like, how'd you get through there? Because I know, and for myself, is like, I played high school ball. I played baseball from the time that I was 8 years old until about the time that I hung it up, 21 or so. And I always was wondering how there was like another avenue to get into, being into the big leagues. So I guess it's just, you had the right opportunity, right time, right people. I mean, how did you go from being in 4 different like colleges or universities to being to where you were actually playing independent ball, or I'm sorry, bullpen catching for the Boomers? I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah, I think like just again, I knew what I wanted to do, and I genuinely pursued it relentlessly. And it took a lot of support around me. It took the people that were around me saying like, this is okay. You can continue to pursue this. And I think they saw how driven I was, although there were so many speed bumps. I still knew what I wanted at the end of the day. I knew what got me up in the morning. I knew what filled my cup. I knew what I was passionate about. And I didn't stop, even though there were so many opportunities. Again, by my own decisions, right? I was young. I made some stupid decisions where I could have said, or should have maybe even said, dude, you got to go do something else. Like, this just isn't going to work. As many people as there were supporting me, there were plenty of people saying, hey, like, how long are you going to do this baseball thing? Mm-hmm. And I got asked that quite often. It would honestly upset me early on. And my answer was always like, as long as I can, as long as I want to, as long as it, fills my cup and takes care of the things I needed to take care of.
Mm-hmm. It's so much easier to tear people down than build them up. And that's what's really sad, especially with the amount of passion you have. And now you're turning your passion into something even better and, for a greater good. And you're going to leave such a mark on so many, kids' journeys through it. And no matter what they end up, even if they don't end up playing baseball, there's always going to be, hey, I had this guy, this mentor, this woman who, and that's how the legacy keeps going. So I love that. That is, you are my people.
Where can I learn about the Irish dancing? I always had it in me to be an Irish dancer.
Wait, you're not Irish.
I'll teach you.
Remember Lord of the Dons?
You are not Irish.
That's how I started.
Oh, yeah?
Because I was in ballet, and then I went to go see Riverdance.
Ah.
And I went to my parents, and I was like, ballet is boring. Like, I want to dance.
I've watched those dancers. That is incredible. I mean, I could never do that. And just like I could never be. Well, I know there are 2 things I know. I can't hit a major league fastball, and I can't do that thing that Michael Flatley does. So
did you just see that in the chair?
Yeah.
He already pulled a hammy. And he's gonna need some. Yeah.
And we need a trainer. Can we get a trainer in here?
We need the masseuse to come in, and so he can't. He knows his limits.
Good golly.
But I love that you guys are pushing, speaking of limits, pushing kids through those limits. And especially money shouldn't be an issue if you're passionate. And like you said, the shoes, there's got to be, I'm so happy. It is heartbreaking.
And it's so common. It's so common to see things like
that. And
that.
it shouldn't be. So I love this. So fundraising, beside your events, do you have other fundraising like things that you do, or you're looking for sponsors? What is it that you tell us right now what you need so we can start like bringing people in and getting what you need?
Anything and everything, right? I think everything has a place. And so we are willing to take any sort of charitable contribution or donation that anyone is willing to make. I'll give you an example of how amazing Miami was last year. The group of players with the Marlins donated 251 pounds of gear. Wow. At the end of the season.
What?
So, these guys, they're big leaguers. They get a ton of new gear every year, multiple times throughout the year. And they were gracious enough to donate all of this stuff to the foundation. And this stuff has now allowed us to move it forward to kids that need it, programs that need it.
And how cool for a kid to be like, I got this bat. It was from the Marlins. Right. Like, that makes it even really cool. More like, it's not just from Dick's Sporting Goods. This was from.
Right. So game used and or not, like a lot. There's plenty of stuff that they donated that was brand new, batting gloves, cleats, apparel. So that was an example of most recently how we took on some donations and again, like the players in Miami were just like fantastic with that. Absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you got like the players' names actually engraved in the bats. You got their signatures in there. So it's like you actually know, like if it came from a Major League Baseball player, most likely their name is engraved in the bat.
That's very cool.
So you can
cool.
You can go to ahqfoundation.org/donate. I've got that up on the screen for those on the YouTube. You can give monetary donations, in-kind donations, of course, ongoing support. You can be a sponsor. You can sponsor a program, a team, event, or even a child. There are lots of different ways, and there's a nice little link there if you want to make a donation, again, to Athletes Headquarters Foundation. It's all the information is there. And I know you guys, I mean, you just founded this in January. You're just getting started. There's a lot to go through. I mean, what right now, and we're going to hit a break in a minute. So if you guys want to hang out for after the break, we'd be happy to have you. But like, what are you finding right now has been the biggest challenge as you're getting this ball rolling with this foundation?
Probably getting out the word.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're also not just doing baseball. We're going to cover all sports, dance. So it's any kind of activity, we're willing to take donations.
We got a platform. We got a little platform going on right here.
We'd love to have you on anytime. Again, we'd help get the word out. And then, you know what? I think we need to go to this Super Bowl event that they're doing at the Boomers.
Absolutely.
I think
I mean,
so.
the morning show needs to be there.
I think so.
that sounds
Bring
like a
some
really good
cameras.
I need to bring, and I can finally bring Tim Calder with that Funko Pop.
Funko Pop,
I've been promising him.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get into batter's box.
There you go.
Oh, please, Derek, can you make that happen? I would love to.
A sweet swing.
Because the way that he's talking about like the Irish dancing, I already know that he can't dance. I mean, he could do like the kung fu fighting thing and everything, but I already know that he can't do the Irish jig. But
you want to see him try and hit.
Please. And then I want to get it in back of him to try and hit.
Catch it. To get.
Maybe.
No, man.
I got in the batting cage recently.
I already know you're a better hitter than I am. I
could still hit 75.
You guys can come into the facility, right? Like I said, we got Athletes HQ, the indoor baseball and softball training facility right on Randall, so that I co-own with my best friend Jordan Dean. So you guys can come.
Hi,
in
Jordan
and do that
Deans.
All right.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna. Okay. All right. I'm already feeling like.
I got an idea.
I'm getting my little joke is getting out of hand here, and something's going to become a viral video, and I'm probably going to have to do a fundraiser. Remember when they wanted me to do the dunk tank at the AFR Fest?
My brain's already on fire.
I'm already thinking about
I'm already on fire.
Not a dunk tank, but a hitting cage, and can the L train hit?
Yeah, my brain's already on fire. So
we'll do a fundraiser
Jeff
for that.
Naraki.
And I'll throw one right at your melon.
Oh, wonderful!
And Jeff Naraki, thank you. We got a donator already.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that, man.
All right. Hey, if you guys want to hang out, we'd happy to have you.
Yeah, we're staying.
All right, we got it.
We're here.
We're gonna we're gonna take this break. When we come back, it's Jeff Shomon. I'm sorry, Derek Shomon. Why do I have Jeff on the brain?
Because I just said Jeff Naraki.
Jeff Reagan and Meagan Biebel, like Bieber, but Biebel.
Yep.
Of Athletes Headquarters Foundation. If you've got questions, give us a call.
847-931-1410. Hit us up on the chat line, 505-926-1410, or throw it on the YouTube, and we'll get these guys to answer your questions.
And we are back. Welcome back to the WRMN Morning Show with your host, Susie C.
Good morning.
Me, I'm the L Train, Elliot Serrano. We've got the host of Big Top Sports, Derek Geyer, in studio.
Hey, all. How you doing?
And he's here with us with the other Derek Shomon, hitting instructor for the Chicago White Sox. Yes, WRMN Radio is the official home of the Chicago White Sox here in the Fox River Valley. And I'll tell you, we went to the affiliates game this past season. Man, Sox knew how to take care of. They know how to take care of their affiliates. Chris Quintana, great guy in the community outreach department.
Where'd you go?
We were up. Well, we were at the rate.
Yeah.
We were up in the affiliates booth. Got to meet Len Casper and Derek Jackson during the broadcast and all that.
Darren
Darren Jackson, my bad.
Affiliates game. I thought you meant like minor league affiliates. Like
No, it was the affiliate. The radio affiliates.
Radio affiliates.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Derek, what he is neglecting to say is everyone here, except on this side of the table, got an invite to go to that affiliate.
No, we got invited. I know. I just couldn't go there for whatever reason.
I didn't get the
day.
invite.
You weren't there?
No.
The entire sports department was there.
No, they
all there.
weren't.
I even saw Mike Napolitano there. Yeah.
He's not the entire sports department.
The sports guy that was here 4
SOB.
years ago. The sports guy that was here 4 years ago. went.
I'm pulling a Band-Aid off right now of a thing right now.
Slowly.
It's opening a wound.
Yeah, sorry that you're in the,
That's right.
You just got to rip it off.
sorry that you're in the middle of this.
And my apologies to Darren Jackson. Now, if you ask me who starred in the last Star Wars movies, I'll always get those names right. I'm a bit of a big nerd.
He's a big nerd. He's
I'm a
the
big nerd. I'm not the sports nerd, the other kind of stuff nerd. But I do love me some sports.
Captain Kirk, right?
Yeah, Chris Pine or William Shatner.
William Shatner all the way.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Back in the day. Any hootie. We're here talking about, I feel like mom again. Rein it in, boys. Rein it in.
Yes. We're talking about the Athletes Headquarters Foundation. That has been founded by Derek and Meagan. They're here today to talk about the work that they're doing.
And Tanya.
And
Can't forget Tanya.
I'm
Mom
sorry, Tanya.
Yep.
So I have a couple of questions. So would you take gently used sporting equipment like cleats, bats, gloves? What would you take gently used?
Absolutely.
And how can people get them to you? Can they take them to your facility on Randall Road?
Yeah, so they can fill out that form online or go ahead and contact us via email or phone number that's listed on the website. And by all means, could drop that off at Athletes HQ Elgin. We could also arrange pickup as well.
We can also arrange drop off at Newman's Corner Pub, 1000 South State Street in Hampshire. We can also arrange drop off here at WRMN
14 Douglas Avenue.
I've got other places as well. And now, okay, so you can donate online. So the donations, is there like a minimum? Like, does the donation start at $10? Like, is for their, because I haven't seen it on the web. Can you donate any amount?
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys, skip a coffee, as I always say, skip a coffee. If everybody donated $7 that you'd pay for a coffee at Starbucks, bam, you know how many kids you could help?
Yeah.
So many.
Amazing. And explain to me how this sponsoring a child works, because this is pretty cool.
Yep.
Sure. So if there's a specific child you know of that just needs a little extra help, we can do that anonymously.
Okay.
So if there's a child that you know in a circumstance that you would like to directly help, we can absolutely set that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or what if it's just like a random kid, like, hey, I got a kid.
Anybody.
Who needs the most? I'll take care of that.
Absolutely, yes.
See, there are so many ways. Skip a coffee, people. Skip a coffee and donate.
Derek or Megan, okay, based off of that, is there anything as far as like a home parent or something, or where, God, I'm trying to think of like the term. So you're growing up, you're a minor league player, you get put in with like a
Host parent?
Thank
Host
you.
family?
Host
You're
parent.
close.
Host family.
Host family, yeah.
So is that something also that your organization does? Like try to, when they're trying to get up through the level, or?
Good question. No, we don't have anything in place for that right now, at least. But maybe, who knows? In the future, we have our hands in trying to help organize some host family opportunities for those that need it. But just given kind of our pull or what we have access to, more amateur level right now.
See, we're thinking big. We're like,
I love that.
we're thinking
And we're not
really
limited.
big.
We're not limited to that. But yeah, no, there may be something in the future like that for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
We're open to everything.
Yep.
We just want to help.
I love that, especially because if you guys don't know, this is a brand new organization, just started in January. So they're just dipping their toes in the water. They obviously know what they're doing. I don't mean it like that, but they need everything to get the ball rolling. And baseball season is right around the corner.
Yep.
Yes.
So the sooner that everybody can donate, how about, you know what? Instead of getting your kids one Christmas present, donate.
Yeah.
Donate something simple.
A child
Anything and
would
everything.
appreciate it.
Anything and everything helps, and it's going to a good place.
Yes.
Too many kids missing opportunities because of a lack of resources, and we want to mitigate that as much as possible.
And
Again,
this
it's
is for
not
all
just
sports,
all
too.
sports. It's
Yeah.
not just baseball and softball. And honestly, we have opportunities to try and help with vocational opportunities as well, educational mentorship.
This is going to blow up and be
Yeah.
huge.
Yep.
We hope so.
Huge.
We really want to help as many kids as we possibly
Yeah.
can.
And again,
That is
it's
great.
ahqfoundation.org, ahqfoundation.org. That's Athletes Headquarters Foundation is the website. There you can find information about the organization, about the mission, the events, and so on. Lots going on now. If you have any questions you'd like to ask our studio, I knew line one, I apologize. I know you were holding through the breaking. You had to hang up. If you want to call back, 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. If you have any questions for Derek or Meagan about their foundation. Again, now, Derek, we are an affiliate station for the Chicago White Sox, the official home of the White Sox here in the Fox River Valley. So I've got to ask a White Sox question. And this is going to be a little bit controversial. All right. Can we bring back that little logo with the Sox at the wing on the I did that to drive Derek nuts.
You got an opinion on that?
You have Derek in the studio, and this is the type of Smurf that you're going to ask him?
I'm all about the uniforms. They have the White Sox, the Go-Go White Sox. They had that sock with the wing on it. Yeah. I used to love that logo. Can they bring that back? I actually asked Chris Quintana that. Bring it back. Yeah. Can you bring it back?
Elliot, can I ask an actual question here since they're in the studio? Okay, thank you.
Go on ahead.
So you said all sports.
Yeah.
You are accepting equipment from all sports.
Absolutely.
Okay. So parents out there that have gone through hockey, football, and especially if you have a kid that was a catcher, because that stuff is very expensive. They grow through it. They outgrow it. Just go ahead, bring it in. If that's like the type of stuff that you're looking for, keep in mind, instead of going to play it against sports, and putting it in there, giving it in, getting your money back ish, because we all know that you're not going to get 75 cents for it. But it's if you're doing all the sports, this would be especially goalie equipment. Oh my good God!
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yep. So you know what? Ask your kids. You know what? Especially if you were to say to your kids, "Listen, Santa's going to be really good to you." How would you feel about maybe having Santa donate a gift to a kid who is going to need something, call it a gift, whatever, so that they can play sports?
I think that's a great start. Also, too, like as you're cleaning out and you're going through old equipment at the house, and you don't have to wait till spring cleaning. If you're in your garage right now and you see a box of old equipment for whatever sport that's kind of been sitting there, consider donating it our way, and know that it will be going to a good cause, and it will find a home.
There are lots of places, again, where you can bring this equipment. If you're interested, you always get in touch with us here. You can always write to us at info@WRMN1410.com. Or if you want to contact the Athletes Headquarters Foundation, you can go to ahqfoundation.org/contact. Let me pull this up on the screen so everyone can see it. There's a nice little template there. If you want information, you can call them. Ooh, look at that, a phone number, 847-927-9084. Whose phone is going to be buzzing when that gets out there?
Our work phone.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
That's the business line that Meagan handles the business line.
You guys have one of those newfangled things that all the kids have called a phone? You got one of those newfangled things?
I don't know if I trust
the way you said that. Oh, look, a phone number.
Yeah.
If I call that number, am I going to get a telemarketer trying to sell me a timeshare? I don't know about that, really. 847-927-9084 is the number. But I encourage you to info@ahqfoundation.org, info@ahqfoundation.org, and you'll have the wonderful Meagan Biebel get back to you and tell you where you can drop stuff off, where the next events are going to be. All the information is there on the website if you're interested in learning more about this new, again, very new, just newly minted. It's got that fresh out of the package smell still. Right. The organization there is like, this is gonna be nice. We're gonna take this for a ride. You know that. Okay, so let's talk White Sox, right? Okay. Since you're hitting us right. What are the prospects like? Who is it do you see going on with the team and with the as you've been working through getting to know all the players and how they work? What are some of the prospects, things that or players that you think we should be on the lookout for in the upcoming season?
Yeah, I think I have to highlight the work that was done last year. So there were significantly big strides made in the second half for the big league club. And that's a testament to Ryan Fuller, the director of hitting, Joel McKeithen, the assistant hitting coach at the big league level. And then the guys that are in hitting and player development that are returning this year. There was very, very significant strides for the big league team in the second half. And then for the entire organization from big leagues all the way down to the Dominican Academy. in very, very notable areas. So like very much heading in the right direction. This is a very young club when we're talking about the big league team. That's super exciting. You have this like group of young, hungry players that know they're going to have a real runway to 500 plus plate appearances to show and continue to establish themselves as an above average major league player that provides very, very real impact at the major league level. When I was going through this interview process, like that alone being so similar to what Miami was last year is what was very attractive about it. Yes, I think like we do have guys to highlight, and I think Colson Montgomery and Kyle Teal and Chase Mydroth, three guys that just come to mind right away that really, I mean, seriously, like made some noise last year in the second half of the year. We're super excited about moving forward. I think prospect wise through the minor leagues, the White Sox have historically been more pitching heavy, I think, in their minor league system. I think it's starting to shift a little bit, and that's not a knock against pitching. I think that we just have some really good hitters in the minor league system, between Braden Montgomery and Sam Antonacci, who's an Illinois guy down in Central Illinois, just as two examples. But there's some real pieces here, and again, like a young group that's hungry, and I heard nothing but good things about these guys, and just like their work ethic, their willingness to be challenged, and we just want to continue to build on that going into 2026.
Now, you say that, obviously, work in progress. You're coming in. You've named a couple of the players. Who are you most excited about working with?
I get this question often, man. I genuinely don't have like a one guy, right? Like,
okay.
Can I give you an answer to that?
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be working with the WRMN morning show.
I am excited to be working.
There we go. So that way, when they ask you that, to go, well, I don't have any hitters right now, but there's this radio station in Elgin that I'm really excited to be working with. You get us out there a bit.
That's right. That's right. It was AM 1410.
There we go.
That's right.
All right.
And the new host of Big Top Sports.
I think like that's a fair question, right? But what excites me is the ability to work with the hitting department as a whole. Mm-hmm. I can't like overstate this. This is not just like Derek and like one hitter. Mm-hmm. This is like our group. And this is Ryan Fuller as the director of hitting. This is Joel McKeithen as the assistant hitting coach at the big league level. I don't even like the title that he's a big league hitting coach. So it's working with Ryan. It's working with Joel. It's working with the new hitting coordinator this year, Sherman Johnson, that came over from Baltimore. And just the rest of the hitting group. Like, I believe in what we're doing. I believe in the strides made last year. And I believe in the direction that we're headed. And in order for this next jump to be made and this next squeeze to happen, it's going to take alignment amongst us and the entire group. And I believe that we have that. So that's what excites me, much less an individual player. I think these players are going to be impacted positively because there's alignment in the group as a whole.
How much patience do you have, or does the organization have, as far as like, the leash on a hitter, whether or not they're doing good, because peaks and valleys, right?
Of course.
And the game is what, 75%, 70% failure at the dish.
Yep.
So if a player is going on an extended slump, or if, what are some of the things that you personally would recommend on, getting someone out of a slump, or just like taking it because it happens?
Of course it does. It's always going to happen. The valley comes for everybody. Nobody's free of the valley, right? It's just how long are you in the valley? That really matters at the end of the day, but nobody's going to be free of it. So, fortunately in the day and age that we're in 2025, we have an ability to be able to measure things in a way that tells us kind of what's happening free of result. Yes, results absolutely matter. But we know if good things are happening and guys just aren't getting credit for it. And there are certainly times that happens, and you tell a guy like, hey man, stay the course. Like, you're just catching like the crappy end of the deal right now. So let's just like continue doing really good work, processes in place, and like it will break through. And if it doesn't, we'll be ready to pivot. The runway is going to change, circumstance to circumstance, but I think like you're managing the person first when you are handling somebody that's in the valley, right? Like, they are still human beings. Yes, you watch them on TV at night, but they are people just like us. They deal with stressors. They deal with fear of failure. Some guys deal with the hard part of like managing success when they are successful. Oh my God, this is happening. Like, is this real? I have to hang on to this. So you have to take care of the person first and foremost, and let that kind of be your roadmap as to what adjustments, if any, you need to make mechanically or approach-wise.
And this is all, what's going to be transpiring at your event next Saturday on the 20th.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like just when you get somebody in the building that had success at the major league level, and then you have Marius, who, as the mental performance coach, and like the amazing job he did to be able to speak to, like, I think we see these guys in such a different light than, look, they're talented, man. Like, this is real stuff. Like, big league pitching is no joke. Big league hitters are freaking talented. But they are people. And so like when
Put their pants on like everybody
you
else.
just do like everybody else, right? And so like at the clinic, like just the ability for some kids to be able to listen to these two guys talk about it and go, they deal with some of the same stressors you deal with, like, but here's how they manage it. Here's how they get prepared for a game to be as prepared mentally and physically as possible for first pitch. That stuff matters.
And it's absolutely huge.
It's massive.
I mean, from growing up, to having maybe like one or two influences in my life as far as like baseball goes, and then to actually get into an environment like, what you're talking about and what you guys are going to be doing on the 20th. I mean, absolutely huge. I mean, because as you're just saying, these kids right now, I'm sorry, what was the age range again?
9 to 13U and then 14 to 18U. So 9 to 13U is 10 to noon, and then 1 to 3 is 14 to 18.
Okay. So thank you for that. Of
course.
And I apologize for not remembering because scatterbrain.
That up?
But
Is that right, Meagan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was want to make sure I was right on that.
But to actually have young individuals there talking to big league players that have actually done it holds a heck of a lot more weight than, mom or dad. I mean, sorry, mom or dad. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah, I think mom and dad have their place. Don't ever want to take that away from them.
No, not at all.
And you're not doing that. But yeah, I mean, when you're talking to somebody that's actually in the mix on a day-to-day basis, that is dealing with those stressors and the fear of failure and managing success at the highest level, that's a real learning opportunity for everybody that's in that room. So,
And then they too can pass it on.
of course. And I think like I'm very fortunate to be in this position, right? Like to be coaching Major League Baseball. And, I was with the Twins in 23 and 24 as the assistant hitting coach, Miami last year as the assistant, and then, the hitting coach with Chicago this year. I want to be able to utilize this platform as much as possible.
How did that happen? How did you go from being the bullpen guy from the Boomers to what was your first job in the major leagues? With whom?
So I got hired by the Twins in 2021,
okay.
and I was the low A hitting coach for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles. And then the next year in 22, I was
the Mighty Muscle. How did they find
Muscles.
you? That's what I mean. I guess that's for kids or, parents listening. How did they find you?
Yeah, there's a network, that your name just kind of gets thrown in the mix. It'll happen where it's like, hey, Susie, you know of any hitting coach candidates for this role?
Okay.
And I would say that's probably like the most common way it happens. And so once your name kind of gets into the mix, it just gets kind of like thrown around and cycled around. So 21, I was in low A as the hitting coach for the Twins. And the next year I was in double A as the hitting coach for the Twins. And then in 23, got elevated to the major league staff, 24 major league staff as the assistant hitting coach. And then we got let go after the 24 season. And then I got hired as the assistant with Miami last year, to then taking the hitting coach job with the White Sox this season.
See how cool that is? Dreams do come true.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to be hitting the end of the show in a minute. Before we go, I wanted it real quick because I know one of the things that you talk about with the programs is health and wellness. Talking about centering on nutrition, injury, and also positive mental outlooks. From both of you, give me like a great thing that you like to do to start your day off each morning and get you in a positive mindset.
I like to do a little meditation in the morning, just very quiet, very zen, just close my eyes. And I always try to think of a same happy place, which is by a waterfall. So I do that to really center and just have some quiet start my morning.
Do you like, it's so quiet, right?
Yeah.
You don't like play like music and then dance to it? Like
I do that after.
Okay,
After
see?
I get my zen.
I have to deal with that every morning.
I have my quiet coffee, then I come in here, crazy loud music.
All right.
You can let loose.
How about you, Derek?
Yeah, so I try to stay off of the phone for at least 15 minutes when I wake up, if not longer. So
Good.
don't touch the phone.
Good.
And then have a moment of gratitude. So just acknowledging something I'm grateful for.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm better at the one in the morning than I am at night, but I also try at night to just acknowledge something that I was grateful for that day, because I think all too often we focus on the failures of the day, which then impacts sleep quality, which then impacts our next day, and how productive we are, effective, efficient. So just one quick thing that, and I'll either write that down or I'll verbalize that, just something I was super grateful for that day. And then
that is great.
That is awesome.
Great advice. All right, folks, it's ahqfoundation.org. Athletes Headquarters Foundation is the name of the organization, hosted by our newest best friend, Derek Shomon and Meagan Biebel.
I'm going to be here often. Huh? I feel like this is going to be a thing.
We want you here.
You're
And
here.
you got a sports show at night.
I'm here.
Yeah, talk to Derek. We got sports shows on the weekend, so you got us.
If Meagan, you want to come back and talk Irish dancing? I mean, I love me
St.
some.
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Is there video we can pull up? And while
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if anything's public.
I'll track something down.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you
This is
guys,
really
thank
fun.
you. I think this is going to be a very fun partnership.
Thank you.
This is the beginning of a wonderful relationship.
I think
There we go.
so.
This has been the WRMN Morning Show. Derek Geyer of Big Top Sports, Susie C. and me, and Derek Shomon and Meagan Biebel. Remember, you've got one life. Make the best of it. Be kind. Love one another. But yes, above all things, be kind.
Till tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, folks.